Awesome. Cool, man. Well, we're back.
We're back. We didn't get fired this week.
We did get fired. That's 1 week down, 51 more to go.
All right, we'll see what happens.
Well,
you never know.
If viewers, second time we came on, my name is Braydan.
I'm Vic again.
Yep, and we're here back, every week trying to give you some weekly updates, what's been going on, crazy things. I think we might be weathermen today. Letting them know what's going on with the weather.
Yeah, a little rough this week.
Yes. Yes, put your kids outside.
yeah, please.
Bring your kids out.
Yeah, please.
Well, man, we struck up an appetite before we came over here. So,
Yes.
But we were. You told me what kind of pizza you wanted to get today, man.
Yeah, no. So if you remember the first episode, you and I had sort of debated. All right, what's your favorite? And you had gone off the wall with the green chicken chili. It's award winning, but like you said, it is all over the place, right?
Yes.
And that's sort of what Boom Boss is known for. Just sort of being wild, against the wall. And then my response to it was, because I had a slice of margarita that day, I was like, dude, I'm going to go classic with it, right? So we were thinking, we could each try some of that. We've got our award-winning Boom Boom wings too. I was craving these, so it's like, all right, it's podcast day, so we get to sort of make whatever we want, eat it.
Of course,
we don't get in trouble for it. Thanks, Hannah.
So
did that, and we got a couple beers that we talked about last week too.
Yes.
The Bearded Irish Home Style, which
classic,
is still in the beer brackets.
Yes.
And then if you remember, we talked about the Yazoo Embrace the Funk.
Yes.
And so I wanted you to try that this time.
Which is a sour.
Yes, it is a sour.
Okay.
It is a true sour. It is very sour. So.
I know we get the smaller kegs of it, man. If we start running through,
we've already blown through 2. So I know. I have to order a couple more.
I love it.
So yeah.
Well, when we got some beers, we're just gonna kind of shoot the stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna adjust this one time. Shoot the stuff. Shoot the stuff. First things first, dude.
Yeah, that's the first things first.
But one thing actually, this is we didn't talk about this or write it down.
Oh, okay.
On
the spot. Okay, here we go. All right, let's go.
We had a party today, and I wear my bandanas.
Yes.
But they were handing out kids bandanas, and like every kid was wearing a bandana.
Oh, really?
Okay. I was looking around. I'm like, I have kids. Like, these are my kids.
Right. Well, yeah, you have this like cult following going on now. I mean, first off, let's be honest. You sort of look like, you got like a little David Koresh thing going on.
Yeah.
You're definitely like this cult leader. Yeah, just like sort of the Jesus look.
Yeah.
And now everyone, you've been making bandanas for people.
Yes.
And they're wearing them.
Very cool.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Hey, amazing.
You've been making these, and now like some kitchen staff is wearing them,
Yeah.
bartenders are wearing them. Y'all are sort of like taking. I don't know what's going
We're
on.
starting to accidentally wear the same colors.
Listen, I know. I heard that you surrounded somebody in the kitchen with all your people.
Yeah.
Hey, they gotta,
He was wearing blue jeans. So
Listen,
it's okay.
I mean, yeah, you're in East Nashville, so
That's
you
very
probably
true.
need to watch what you're doing over there. Yeah.
But yeah, as you wanted to say, I had 25 of my children in here.
Right.
Today.
Yes, your followers, if you will.
Yes. So like I said, we got the green chili chicken, the margarita, some Boom Boom wings, phenomenal pizzas. Y'all come in, try them. Boom Boom wings, especially award-winning.
Yes.
If you will. But another thing I want to touch on is that we already talked about the beer bracket a little bit.
Yes. Yeah.
The home style.
Yeah.
Obviously, that is my chin.
Right. That's the one you had picked.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, they're going up against Miller Lite tomorrow night.
Yeah.
In national championships or beer bracket championship. We had talked about last week about how we really did not want to see a Miller Lite McUltra matchup.
No.
Luckily, Bearded Irish home style came through in the final seconds of Saturday. And beat Miller Lite or McUltra by like $3 or something like that. So it was very tight. Whereas Miller Lite absolutely blew out Hippies and Cowboys. I don't know what happened on Saturday. The crowd wasn't feeling Hippies and Cowboys.
I know you said you're an IPA guy.
Yeah.
You like Hippies and Cowboys, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
It is a very, very well-crafted beer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's one. It's hard for me to turn down an IPA.
Mm-hmm.
There is one that you know of that I will not mention that probably will be on its way out because I just don't like it.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. If I don't like it, then I don't know. I'm not saying exactly. I know that's like super obnoxious, but also I'm ordering it. So if I don't like it, I'm like, well, why? If you like it, like, what's wrong with you? Like, you shouldn't like that. It's gross. So yeah. Anyway.
But yes, I do know a beer. I tried it, man. It wasn't too bad. I could drink it.
Oh, you did have one, yeah.
I did from the can. You know what the samples, which
Right,
I'm very
right.
glad they give us.
Sure, for sure.
It might sit in my fridge for a little bit.
That's
but
right.
whenever I'm
Then
like,
you
I
go,
want to
yeah.
buy a pack.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got it. So cool, beer bracket. I'm very excited to see.
I'm gonna eat while you're talking, by the way.
for
just
sure,
so
for
you
sure.
know.
I know my
I
mouth
have
is
no
watering.
problem stuffing face.
But yeah, like we were talking about being weathermen, right?
Yeah.
There's some weather brewing,
Dude.
Nowadays.
This was a trying week. You know, I don't know what we talked about last time. A lot of people know this. You know, Nashville's had its rough weather history. You know, you had the flood back in 2010. Obviously had the tornadoes of, I think that was 2020, if I'm not mistaken. And it actually did quite some damage to all of East Nashville. But in particular, this building, you know, everything had to be rebuilt. You know, we used to have a bar in the middle, I guess, is what the setup was.
Yes.
You know, it looked pretty cool. But I'll tell you, without the tornado, I don't think we get all this, right? We don't get this, you know, this back bar here, you know. So, I mean, good and bad. So, anyway, you and I were both here. You know, we had, I think we had tornadoes come through on Wednesday night, I want to say. Something like that. That was like the first round. And I know like it hit close to some of our sister stores. We were okay. But I know I think there was one down in Spring Hill maybe in that area. It came in like, you know, sort of close to closing time, you know, 10, 11 o'clock, somewhere in there. And then, okay, I lose track of days. Yesterday, Saturday. Final Four, right? Game starts at, 5:09? Dude, what was that, 4:45-ish? All our TVs go out. Now, luckily, we do have access to the cable, so we could put one game on. That's all we needed, right? But, you know, kids are on the playground. Parents, I love y'all. I don't know why I had to pull 30 to 40 kids off the playground because there's a tornado like 2 miles away or whatever. Wind was going, so, I mean, we had to – I mean, honestly, we had to protect everybody, you know? I mean, you and I sort of went into overdrive and like, all right, let's lock these doors because they'll fly open. Got everybody off the playground.
Here's the plan.
Here's the plan. People, you know, guests are coming around asking, oh, what do we do? You know, and quite honestly, you're in probably the safest spot that you can be. You know, the last thing you want to do is go around driving into a tornado, right?
Yeah, you never want to do that.
Yeah, you should not do that.
Especially, I don't know, being on the playground.
Yeah, exactly, right?
During a tornado.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, pulling everybody in, that sort of thing. You know, at no point was I, like, really worried. I mean, I thought we were staying on top of where it was. And, you know, as soon as we knew that it was okay to pass, you know, that we were safe, you know, went around, let everybody know and sort of calmed them down. Yeah. And then, boom, we got the game. Yep. You know, our bar was packed, though. I think people were just, like, stressed out. They had nowhere to go, you know. So, I mean, they're just –
I need a drink.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I didn't blame them. I'm like, I want to go up there, too.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, it was a unique experience. I don't know that I want to go through that every week. You know, it was sort of like knowing this history here. It was like, oh, yeah, is this happening again? Like, that'd be crazy.
People were lining the garage doors that we have by our playground, just double checking. But yeah, like I was saying, I'll cut that. People were lining up on the garage doors, just like, well, what's going on? And you know, you want to grab everyone and be like, hey, let's not get next to windows.
Yeah, you know, I've had a couple situations where. I think it was earlier this week, probably that Wednesday. Because I was working Wednesday. You know, we had some decent storms that day, lightning in the area, that sort of thing. And, you know, you try and give the best judgment, but at some point you have to protect the people from themselves. Yeah. Because there's lightning in the area, there's metal out there. It's like I had to go up to a couple parents, like, yo, it is coming. You know, now I've seen lightning. Okay, now get your butts inside. Mm-hmm. Like, what are y'all doing? Mm-hmm. So, you know, I got 2 kids of my own, so obviously. Love kids, most of the time.
Right?
Most of the time. Sometimes.
When don't you like kids?
Oh, let me tell you. Let's say during tornado time, or slightly after tornado time, we had a big party. Tons of kids in here. You know, we're completely family friendly, but when the playground is shut down, it's wild in here, you know, and they're all running around, like running into you, this, that, and the other. Well, you know, you were back in the kitchen, I think. And all of a sudden, a guest comes up to me while I was on the floor and says, excuse me, sir, your bathroom's flooding. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No, you know. And I go back there, and there is liquid coming out from the door into the hallway.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I'm like, wait a second, what's going on? So I go in there, and there's 3 urinals in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 of them have their handles stuck, and they're just overflowing.
Yeah.
And then I noticed that the water is like a little like bubbly, let's say. So what I determined was these kids, a couple of them, heathens, if you will,
Yep.
had purposely stuck these urinals, handles position, and purposely overflowed the urinals.
Yeah.
So now I am in charge. Evidently, I don't know why, but like I've become the vomit guy. Like, if you notice this is a pattern. Like I clean up everyone's puke every. So 2 out of 3 are overflowing.
Right.
I'm standing there trying to clean it up. I was pretty angry. Luckily, this first round before the technical, that was like a therapy session for me.
Yes.
So I've like calmed down since then.
Yeah.
Still hate him, but
Was it there?
no, yeah. I mean, I was basically just standing in.
Yeah.
And it was like 3 inches, and it was not fun.
Uphill drain battle.
Oh, the uphill drain battle. Yeah,
Uphill drain
they put the drain up here. It's coming out the door here. I was mad at everybody. I was cussing. You poked your head in, like, hey, can I do anything for you? I'm like, get out. Like, stop. I'm in piss. You want to be with me? Because we both don't have to do this. You know, like, I'm already in it.
Yeah.
I'm the throw up guy. Like, they call it bringing the lefty.
I did not bring my high waters that day.
No.
I had to get out of there.
You too. Dude, green chicken chili.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
Make our pieces all consistent.
Yeah.
We love having consistency around here. Everything looking the same, tasting the same, feeling the same, smelling the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
Andrew, good job back there.
Yeah.
He's a guy on Pizza Line right now. He's definitely one of our, he's a star.
Yeah, well, I mean, he only came on like a month ago. But he worked down at Geo's Park at the soccer stadium at whatever the one's in there, whatever. Doesn't matter. I guess we're not going to name competitors on here. That would be so crazy, right? But he was slapping out tons of dough. So like when we saw him slap for the first time, it was like, oh my god, like this guy's a magician. Not as good as you. I mean, who is?
I don't know, man. His dough looks crazy.
It does look pretty good.
I got some competition with like that.
Well, and then throw Anastasia's hat in the ring too.
Yeah.
Anastasia's pretty good.
Also Emma. R.I.P.
No comment on that.
Yeah, no comment.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, man, kid friendly, also urinal friendly, pee friendly. We like it on the floor. No, we don't. Kids still have to clean it up, and we don't want that.
Yeah, please no. Please no. Yeah,
please don't kill me.
Because what if I'm off? Then who's doing it?
Dude, I'll have to. If I had a call,
yeah, that'd be hilarious.
If I had a call 11:30 a.m., there's some pee on the floor.
Yeah. Hey, in that situation, you can say pee. I think that's you know what I mean. That's just piss. That ain't pee. That's there's a difference.
There's going to be like,
no. Right. I'm fine.
But yeah, I don't want that ever in my life.
Hey, did you just see one of the bandana gangs?
That was part of the
bandana gang.
See, they run around, but
yeah.
it's so common we don't notice.
And they're all wearing blue. It's crazy.
Get ready. You want to ride or uprising?
All right. Okay, Boombox Jesus. Back to the task at hand.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Kid friendly. NCAA, WNCAA.
Oh man. Okay. All right. I mean, all right. Start with the day. Women's Final Four. The women's games weren't really all that good. As far as competitive goes, I think every game was a blowout. I did not fill out a women's bracket.
Right.
I'm just not that familiar, but I know the usual suspects, right? And once Tennessee got knocked out, it was like, but I know South Carolina has a very strong program. UConn historically had a really strong program. I mean, I thought South Carolina would win. I didn't know, I don't know that I went into it thinking they're going to blow them out by 20. I don't know. I guess in the back of my head, I thought UConn might make it close. The fact that UConn blew the doors off them,
insane.
It was pretty wild to watch.
I mean, I was on one of my betting apps I use. If you want me to use your name, sponsor us. But I was like, oh my god, they had the South Carolina underdog by 8 points.
Is that right?
By 7.5, and it was like a plus 285.
Right. Yeah.
Or win by 7.5, whatever. Just seeing that, I was like, that's insane. You know, I was like, that's wild because I really thought they were the 1 seed. Mm-hmm. You know, UConn 2nd seed. I really thought of them as like real contenders. But watching it today, I saw the coach got angry.
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't know.
Well,
as a Tennessee fan, we've had our fair share of bouts with both South Carolina and UConn, but historically it's been South Carolina. Mm-hmm. Or, excuse me, UConn. South Carolina has been sort of an up and riser here the last little bit.
Yep.
But you never count UConn out. That's that was the story of today. Again, I was excited to watch it. I thought we were gonna have a good game. Blowout. I'm sort of like, all right, what we got now? You know. Yeah. And then I know we're gonna talk about the men's tournament, but what we did have today, rivaling at the same time, which you and I discussed last night as to what we were gonna do. But we do have some Laker fans that come in here.
Yes.
We had a big matchup against the Lakers Lakers Thunder.
Yep.
And what did that do? That was a blowout too.
Yeah.
I mean
it's like these top teams are just as you're seeing right now, you know, we love basketball. We love basketball around here. Yeah. That's why we brought a basketball goal in here. You know?
Sure.
So it's just very, very interesting seeing these top teams go against each other. Mm-hmm. And it's a blowout. The 20 points by the women's the Lakers to the Thunder.
Right.
Which, going into the Thunder, SGA doesn't even have a free throws this game. You know? They lost by 27.
They can say it's like the first time in 3 years or something.
First time in 3 years.
That's crazy.
No free throws.
Like, I think, I think what it is like, whether you talk NBA and the Western Conference and how stacked that conference is, and so it's like almost like it's like being in the SEC in football, right? It's just a grind. That whole season's a grind. Women's tournament, same sort of thing. You know, you're at the very end of a long season.
Yeah.
But it comes down to one game. Yeah. And everybody's gonna get up for it, but something just goes off kilter in the slightest, and then you have what you have. You know, it's wild. But going back to the men's tournament, Florida Bama. I heard that was a good game. I, at the time, was cleaning up. Yeah, so I didn't get to see it because I was in the bathroom for 30 minutes. Yeah. So I heard that Florida won by 6.
It was a good game.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, he's sitting out there just watching it. Like, you good, bro? I'm watching the game. All right. So, that's cool. But you and I got to watch the late game last night. You had gotten off work, so we were just sort of chatting and winding it down. And with the bar patrons that were here, sort of late night, we watched the end of the Duke Houston game.
Yeah, exactly.
I talked to you multiple times during that game, and you were like,
"This is
over."
Well, I had Duke winning it all.
Right, right.
Clip of last of last week's Duke's got it all.
Right, that's right.
Got Duke. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But
that's right. And then my clip would be,
Houston.
Houston's got a great defense.
Exactly, and Houston's still in it.
Right.
Houston's going to go against.
Houston's against Florida.
Okay, Houston.
But I told you, Houston's defense. What happened? Houston goes on a 15-3 run in the last 2.5 minutes, absolutely shuts them down. Yeah. They can't even inbound the ball. They couldn't inbound the ball.
Yeah.
But that's Houston. That's why Tennessee got beat, because of lockdown defense. They did it to Duke. And you know what? They're going to do it to Florida.
Do you think that's going to translate into this next game?
Yes.
You think so?
Dude, I Houston.
Their defense has been consistent throughout.
Dude, listen, so going into the bracket, I settled on one team that is probably stupid, but I had 3 teams in my head that I would pick. One is the classic homer pick, Tennessee, right? Uh-huh. But you got a little in your little Jesus beard. Yeah, it's actually a little red. It's still in there. I can't look at you right now. Okay, you're good now. Good? Yeah, much better. Thank you. Yeah, wild looking. Just say it. Oh, we're gonna have to cut that one out. That's crazy. All right, that's crazy. So I had 3 teams. Tennessee, homer pick. Never happens. I told you last week. We're allergic to the Final Four. There's no point in doing it, right?
Yeah.
Then I had Sorry, Anastasia just freaked me out. The little like spin she did. So that's the girl that could go head to head against Andrew in a slap competition, and then Braydan would win it all. But anyway, yeah, no. So I had that. Houston, but they were going against Tennessee, so it was like almost the reverse. I didn't want to pick Houston because that's like but whatever. But I probably should have picked Houston. I went with St. John's.
Really?
Yeah.
St. John's winning the whole thing?
Yeah, and they got knocked out in the second round by Arkansas.
Oh, man,
But I mean, St. John's is a really good team. But I sort of went like, I tend to do this. Like, I'll try and pick somebody that could win, but no one else is going to pick. Because if I hit, then I win.
Right.
But you know how that strategy has worked for me? Not very well, because I've never won a bracket challenge. So I'm like, what do I know? I don't even know what I'm doing, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I mean, this is really the first year I did a bracket challenge. Like, actually, like, try to plan it out.
Yeah.
Man, I still let Tennessee get the better of me.
No, right.
I still wanted Tennessee to win it all.
It's easy to do, dude. It's easy to do. You're tandem takes out. Man, and when that translates into like gambling too, though, that's the problem. See, I refuse to bet on any team that I like. I will not do it.
Really?
I will not. No, I've learned my lesson.
I would have saved probably
If anything, I'll bet against them.
Yeah.
As a Tennessee fan,
okay,
that actually plays. that is
specifically a title.
Dude, it's a winning strategy. It works.
It's a winning strategy.
It is.
Crazy. So, speaking of this, let's say you just bet, I just lost $500. You know what I want to do? I want to go drink a beer.
Okay.
And so, whenever I'm drinking a beer, what's better than specials on beer?
Oh.
Speaking of specials on beer.
Specials on beer.
A whole day dedicated to beer.
This is true.
Beer day.
Uh-huh.
Coming up tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
This is from the past. If y'all see this from the past. Coming up tomorrow, beer day. Thinking $4.16, right?
Mm-hmm.
And well, man, what do we think? Obviously, we can't do much of the beer bracket beers because let's say we sell one, that's not even at full price. Now you're cutting
right. Yeah, you can't do that. So I've put a list of probably 5 beers that I want to maybe just get rid of. I hadn't ordered them myself personally, which is fine. But kegs only have a certain amount of shelf life, and I've been here since December. So doing the math, anything that's still hooked up, that probably needs to go.
Can I take a guess on one of the beers?
Sure.
Is one of them I was wondering.
No.
I would say a crazy guess.
Well, I mean, a random IPA for you to pick.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? I might put on. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to Mr.
Uh-huh.
We've got a mural on the wall. I just don't like the beer.
Yeah. No, we love the beer. That's why we want to give it to other people.
Oh yeah, edit that. Yeah. No, my bad. Yeah, I want to put on there. All right, let's ignore that.
Yeah, right for that.
Yeah, that got a little. Okay.
So yeah, 5 beers.
Yeah, I've got about 5 beers.
Everything I'm putting on.
Yeah, and they've just been around. Like maybe we've ordered a keg, but that's probably the most that we've ordered since I've been here.
Right.
So Black Abbey, the Rose.
Yeah.
Which is a Belgian blonde. Okay, and then Guy Fawkes, which is a brown ale. Generally known as a wintertime beer. So sort of like having. We had the snowman and the I believe in Santa and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Need to go ahead and I just want to get those off. You know how I am. I like to rotate beers. I just like to play around, see what's if something hadn't moved in 2 months, well, it's time to make a change, right?
Because I'm not ordering it.
Yeah, exactly. So those are 2 of them. Citrus Squall, Dogfish Head. I'm gonna do that one. That's another blonde golden. It doesn't move too much. I'm really looking at trying to revamp our blonde goldens because I don't think that we move enough of them for what we should. So that's one I want to look at. I don't know about this.
Yeah.
Kentucky Bourbon Barrel.
Interesting. Oh, really?
It's one of the nicest beers we have.
Yes.
I don't know how much we're movement of it though. You know, like it might be just we gotta get people sampling it. You know, maybe that's it. Maybe by doing the special, people are like, oh my goodness, I love this beer. You know, so that one's like one of those that I'm sort of, I just want to see what happens when we throw it out 100%. There. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And the last one, you know, I love IPAs.
Yeah.
So much so that sometimes 25% of her taps are IPAs. And it's not a good thing. You know, I mean, 6, 7, 8, I'm good with. You start hitting double digits on IPAs, all right.
Well, it used to be very large IPA crowd.
Absolutely.
And as of like, I'd say 2 years ago, it's kind of died down a little bit.
It has. But I mean, still, how many hazy New England IPAs can I throw on there? I mean, I can tell you, there's like 6 right now. We don't need it. So I think we're going to throw Bo Echo on there and just sort of see. We're getting a little light on that. And I was doing some research today about, you know, maybe some other beers I want to bring in. I know you love when I spend money in alcohol. Hannah does too. She really loves it.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, no, we sell a lot of beer, and you know, finding the right mix, right? I think we have a good base right now. But yeah, I want to throw those out there. National Beer Day, but then maybe like, you know, first things first. We do have Tap It Tuesday every Tuesday, right?
Yes.
And that's where the manager on duty gets to pick a couple beers and put them up for $2.
Yep.
And then sometimes he forgets that he put them up for $2.
And then Wednesday,
we find out. Yeah, Wednesday, Vic finds out and says, "Braydan, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You didn't turn this thing off." And then maybe Braydan's in here drinking $2 beers. I don't know. Just saying.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, so, you know, maybe, you know, I would like to see Tap It Tuesday. I don't work Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So you and I can talk about it, but you're more than welcome to, you know, whatever. But putting some of those beers on there that are a little, you know, even if they're higher priced, I don't really care. Like, if it gets them trying something and they like it,
okay,
you know, cool. Like, you do Kentucky Bourbon Barrel. Yeah, it's a $10 beer. I'm giving it to you for $2.
Right, you'll be slinging them out.
Yeah, you're gonna sling them out, and then, hey, did you like that? Like, did you order that at full price? You know what I'm saying? Right. But you got to get the feedback from the guests. If they're like, "Oh, I like it, but I'm not paying $10 for that,"
right?
You know.
Okay. Our beer day, very excited.
Yeah, very excited.
Got those beers on there.
How do you like the sour, by the way?
Dude, I really like it. I know Dr. Robot made a special appearance last time. Because it was mentioned, but I really do like this. It's very easy to go down, and it has like a very good aftertaste. It's not too bitter, not too sweet, like very, very
That's what I thought, dude. I just thought it was funky too, though. You know, like it's just different. It's just a different. I wonder how they came up with that. You know.
Cool. Well, speaking of beers are drafts. We have a draft day coming up.
Oh, we do. Yeah, we lightly touched on this, and then we didn't know what day it was because, you know, sometimes B and I sort of fly by the seat of our pants a little bit. You know, it just happens, man. We've been so busy. It's sort of like we have everything listed on a sheet, and it's just sort of like, all right, here it comes. You know, get ready. So yeah, NFL draft. I believe it's a Thursday. Yeah, it's a Thursday through Saturday.
Yeah.
First round is on April 24th. And then obviously, you know, we'll have people here for that.
4 days.
3, I believe.
3, okay.
Yeah. Oh man, you and Matt, dude.
Well, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I thought you said Sunday. Dude, 3 days.
Hey, remember when we were doing those individual one-topping pizzas and a pint for $10 at close, and then you went 25 on it for 2? Times carry the 0. No. Anyway, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's April 24th, 25th, 26th. 24th, first round happens at night. I think it starts at like 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
I will definitely have people in here watching that. Okay. That's cool. But the next day, Friday, we're going to be broadcasting, or the radio station, sports radio is going to be broadcasting live right under a big screen TV.
Yeah.
We're doing the second and third round draft here, or second and third rounds of the draft here. So that's going to be a really cool experience. I know there's going to be a lot of former Titans players here. Next week, I'll make sure I do the research and tell you exactly who's going to be here.
Right.
But definitely people that the public would know about and would be interested in meeting.
We'll have videos.
Not like
pictures.
A punter or something. You know, like actual people.
Special teams, everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, a former special teams coach. Actually, that'd be cool on the Titans stuff because you know the whole Bills miracle play.
Yeah.
It's the dating apps again.
I gotta stop going on third-party websites.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So we were talking about the draft. we'll have a lot of people in here. I will do the research on it, find out who the Titans players are, announcers, that sort of thing. And we were saying probably won't be the special teams coach, like random stuff. Although I was saying that would be really cool if it was Wycheck and special teams. We got Mia here. Oh, hold up, Mia's on.
Hello, everyone, Mia. What's up, Mia? How you doing today?
What's up?
Sorry.
It's all right. What you got?
It's cool.
The printer is like, I put more paper in it because it ran out, but it's still not working.
All right. Did you turn it off? Turn it back on?
We'll be back.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, sorry about that, Mia. Hey guys, I've learned this. I come from the Stone Age. I had computers that were like this big. You know what I mean? You don't know what I mean because you weren't around. Anyway, yeah. When in doubt, turn the thing off and turn it back off. Then if you need some, then go find somebody.
Was it a turn off on thing?
Yeah, just turn it off, turn it off. I literally said that to her. Well, no, I didn't. Well, let's go do that.
All right, let's and replay.
Yeah. Did you turn it off, turn it back on? Exactly, right? Yeah.
Turn it off.
Yeah, that works. So.
Perfect.
Cool.
Draft day.
Yes, draft day.
Bring someone in.
More to come.
We'll find out the players next time. We'll have specific names, dates, times, details for you next time. Yeah,
that was crazy.
Vic said some crazy stuff. Yeah, we're doing the podcast.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
Antonio.
You have anything you want to say to the people? Power to the people.
Power to the people. I like it.
Power to the people. Power to the people. We here at Boom Buzz. First things first. Last things last is not.
Not at Boom Buzz. That's generally at a bar.
Gonna be at a bar.
From not around here. And then we whisper sweet nothings into each other's ear. Cut that one too.
No, I'm gonna keep that. That won't stay.
And people are looking at us like they're just having fun talking.
Yeah, they're just talking.
And we are.
Yeah. All right, no more outtakes. We got this.
Yeah, we got it.
We are professionals.
Yeah, I'm a professional. You are Jack. All right.
It's the sour. It's getting funky, dude.
It is getting funky in there.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what's gonna be?
What?
I think we should talk about promotions, upcoming things.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, you were telling me the other day that you were really excited about team trivia because that's a once-a-month thing, right? And a lot of times we tie in, or we try to tie in, fundraisers or fun days, as we call them here, to local, charities, nonprofits, organizations, whatever might need some help, right? Whether it be a school, this and that and the other. And you're excited because, A, you're working the event.
Yes.
Secondly, I guess Disney was a big part of your childhood back in the day.
Yeah, I love the movies.
Right. So Disney is going to be Disney Trivia, which is always a hit with the crowd. And we are doing a fundraiser for the Sexual Assault Center.
Yeah.
And we talked a lot about that last time. I know it's important for both males and females. But let's be honest, most of the victims are females.
Yes.
And it just so happens that you and I work with a lot of females.
Right.
Our front of house staff is, I think there's one male. There's one male in the front of the house.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not including Buster.
Correct. And I look at, because he works a lot of kids and shit. So, so I think that, is I think it's also good for the staff too. They're going to do some education. It's just, just those little things, right? So we're really excited about it. I know you and I have worked hard to get this thing set up. Hopefully this is going to turn into a monthly thing with them. Whether that be through trivia or whether it's just, we just have a day.
And, I really like the idea of the theme trivia with you coming and fundraising days, just because it shows like, hey, we can have fun while we do this.
Well, exactly. It's obviously a heavy topic, right? And you and I had talked with them and like, you and I were trying to come up with what kind of trivia can we do that not ties into it, but it makes sense, right?
Right.
And their suggestion was, well, you can keep it light. It doesn't have to be anything super heavy because it's already a heavy subject. And so we just rolled with Nerdy Talk. Yeah. They were planning on doing Disney that month for our 3 stores anyway.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. Disney, perfect. That's light, easy. And hopefully, what I'd like to see happen is, I guess the CEO or whatever the position, whatever the head position is, right? Have them get up there and maybe say a little something, prior to trivia or at the end of trivia or that sort of thing. I think that would go a long way. I know when we did the Tennessee State one last week on Wednesday trivia for the Tiger Clinic. They didn't really want to say anything. There were some younger guys, but they had brought some people in, and I went ahead and had the trivia guy go on, and that was Wednesday night with all the thunderstorms, so it was a little light in here, and so I went ahead and just had the trivia guy announce it. Really, technically, you're supposed to bring in a flyer and that sort of thing to donate to it, or have us donate to it on your behalf. But I went ahead and just said, hey, go ahead and announce this thing one time. And, if they're here to play trivia, all they got to do is tell us story. I just went that route with it. Because, you pick a night and you got, just thunderstorms and everything.
I think even if it's going to a good cause, regardless.
Exactly.
So if you're here to have fun and donate to a good cause with the money you're already spending.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't change anything, right? Yeah. And it's, it's the least we can do. And, hey, everybody does something, you give something, you get something, right?
Yeah.
I mean, our hope is that, hey, come back and visit us, right? I mean, that's, that's the whole thing.
So. Remember faces. Good people meet good people.
That's right.
That's how I see it. But yes, very excited for that Disney trivia. And just meeting everyone involved with that company and going forward with it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I know we already talked about the SGA kind of free throw thing with the Lakers. And the Thunder and everything. Gretzky's hockey record was broken today. Same amount of games.
Yeah, but he took like 2,000 more shots Ovechkin did than Gretzky.
Is it really?
Yeah, and like a ton less assists. I think his how they track plus minus. So when you're on the ice, how many goals are generated when you're on the ice versus let up. And Gretzky's is way above Ovechkin. Listen, I'm not saying that Ovechkin's not a good hockey player.
Right.
What I am saying is I'm a Pittsburgh Penguins fan, and I hate Ovechkin. Okay, so I'm not celebrating him today. It's not happening. You're not passing the great one. I do not care.
Gretzky is the great.
He's the
great one. Yeah.
Ovechkin. He's taking. Listen, this is like basketball, right? Oh yeah, I scored 70 points in this game. Well, if you took 47 shots, I mean, you probably should score 70.
Hopefully,
if you don't, you sort of suck. So I mean, not sorry, me not saying.
Of course.
So anyway, I mean, congratulations to Ovechkin. But you know what? He's a Russian too, and I'm not feeling Russia these days.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that. I have no idea. Sorry, Russia.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting. We had, I think, one person in here. They're like, "Hey, can we watch hockey?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course."
Cool,
and so me and him, chit chat about it at the bar.
Well, that's cool.
At this beautiful bar behind me with TVs, all those taps right there.
All those taps, and Ashley's back there.
And Ashley, hi,
Sorry,
Ashley.
You want to wave, Ashley?
Hi.
Hi.
There's Ashley. Yep. And Crystal Slights. We're still celebrating.
She's our bar manager back there. She's great.
Yes, amazing. Come and visit Ashley. She'll tell you all stories, all the stories. Another thing, national soccer. I was very surprised about our turnout with it. I looked in here. I saw yellow. I saw neon yellow, neon.
It was awesome, man. Because I think our first away match, I think maybe we had a table or two. And we are a proud pub partner, but we weren't last year. Or if we were, I didn't know anything about it, and I'm a Nashville fan, right?
Right.
And I know that there were other bars. I'd seen them, But I think what they were doing last year is they would pick one specific bar and they'd have their watch party there. Right. They're not doing that now. Now there's a QR code that you can scan, and they're trying to fill in the map of Nashville, I guess, as to where everybody's going for these games. But like you said, I was all pumped up because we got Final Four. But before that, we got a 1:30 soccer game against Charlotte, which I'm a big Nashville SC fan, and I do not like Charlotte. They're in my top 3 teams that I don't like.
Oh wow!
Charlotte, Cincinnati, and Miami because I don't like Messi at all.
We were talking about that.
Don't like Messi at all. I got beef with Messi.
Very interesting. He went to Miami. But...
Yes, we're not. Yeah, we don't speak of. So anyway, but it came in and. It wasn't crazy, but I don't know. There's 20, 25 fans in here, something like that. I went around and talked to some of the tables that were obviously watching the match intently, but didn't have yellow on. I'm like, oh, that's what I see. Yeah. Well, no, I just enjoy soccer. But then you go down that road, have you been to a game? It was awesome. It was a great game for about 80 minutes. And then the wheels came off, as Nashville SC tends to do. Zimmerman got jacked up in the head. I don't know if you saw that, but he got taken to the hospital. He went for a diving header to like clear it out of the box, and the other team tried a bicycle kick and hit him right in the face, evidently. So they had to like, bye. Be safe. See, be safe, East Nashville.
You have to.
Yeah, you have to. So he got like kicked in the face. He's a release now. I know he like had a neck brace on something, and then of course like it just happens. Then they score immediately, and then they score again in like the 94th minute or something. It was just like, of course.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see everybody in there. It's still very early in the season. The season lasts until like
starting.
Yeah. I mean, we go to October, and then we have playoffs. So.
Right.
Plenty of time left. Come down and see us.
Watch what's going on.
Dude, watch the game with me. I get hyped for it. I wear my yellow. I do have some Johnny Cash black jerseys too that you will see. One of them says McNasty on it because I forever pledged my.
I like that one.
Yeah, I pledged my affiliation to the Lucas McNaughton fan club, who's no longer with us. He is at DC United now, and I'm not very happy about that either. So.
R.I.P.
There's a lot about Nashville, but. I got some beef over there, dude. I got some beef. Dude, last year was hard, man. It was hard. It was hard on me.
Well, we're going, man. We're doing it right this year.
Yeah.
We're going to try to, right?
At least have fun doing it,
Of course. You got to. You try to have fun at work. And it's work right now.
I mean,
I'm
like leaning way back here. What am I doing? Listen, I am so full. I ate legit an entire pizza. Well,
off camera,
dude, every technical difficulty. I think I managed to eat another 2 slices. I've killed these wings.
I've had 3 wings.
You've had 4. I've had 5. There's one lonely
That's
one there.
True. I might have to kill it.
Yeah, you might have to. I'm gonna eat celery. That would make me feel better about myself.
But yeah, that's pretty much what we touch in the sports world. Some upcoming
There's a lot of sports this week.
Yeah, some good sports coming. Some good fundraising opportunities, obviously.
What are you looking at every time?
I don't know. I just like breaking my neck every so often.
I'm trying to figure out what you're looking at.
I got to be safe. I got to survey the area. But
you're freaking me out. Like, wait, should I be living there? I don't know.
Nashville at all costs.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I think we're good. We had some delicious green chili pizza, delicious margarita pizza. Thank you, Andrew. Some delicious Boom Boom wings. Thank you, Anthony. We're good.
Yeah, we're good. I mean, I think it's gonna be a nicer weather week.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we're not wading through. Don't want to see that again. I'm actually.
What?
Now that I think about this. I'm very upset.
Why?
Because you're going on vacation Wednesday.
Yeah. Okay, that's
So podcast gets delayed.
Secret topic.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how this is gonna go. Well, I guess we're gonna take the week off next week because I like doing it on Sundays. Yeah. Sunday's a big sports day, so it's like all fresh on your head, and it's just a little bit easier to manage. You and I are here always together Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I'm here late Sunday.
We're here late Sunday. Come on by. I'll be watching some basketball, drinking some beers probably, doing my paperwork. Doing all that stuff. Trying out one of the new 6 beers I ordered when you weren't around. What? Yeah, exactly. Remember when you half the taps were changing? Dude, you weren't home, so yeah.
We tried to pick a different spot in the Boom Bars, area, just so you can get a more better view of our restaurant.
It's also cold.
It's also cold outside.
The fire pit was not having, although we do have nuclear heaters out there above, they will, like, I can't go out there because I do have, like, a little bald spot up here. It's not, like, too bad. Like, I can comb it over, right?
Yeah.
But, like, if I go out there without a hat, like, it gets worse.
It burns.
It burns. Like, it gets sunburned.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, yeah, man, possibly postpone next week, possibly not.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Worst case scenario, I'll call you on Sunday and, like, we can be like, hey.
A little bit. A little recap.
I miss you.
There you go.
Yeah. Or I'll just be
you won't believe what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
All the staff we have half of it. We have half of it.
My nickname is the Terminator for a reason.
There it is. There it is. Well,
as you're doing it, dude.
I'm very excited for the beer bracket champion, obviously.
We'll see. It's on you because you work tomorrow night.
Come on, Homestar.
It's on you. You got to get with the server, get with the bartenders. I swear to God, if I find out when I come in here on Wednesday if Miller Lite won, like, I can't fire you, dude. Like, I can't do that. Also, you're gonna be on vacation, so it's like sort of pointless.
If Miller Lite wins, just never order them.
Listen,
that's how we
I bet.
Yeah.
Listen, if Miller Lite wins, Hannah, I'm pulling them off the taps. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It'll be Mick Ultra will be the last one standing up there.
God.
I'll leave that one up there.
You can depend on where you live. Well, you live.
No, I pulled in.
Yeah, Yinglin's already gone.
He's in the can.
You know, one of our drafts I really love is the Boom Crew.
The Boom Brew?
Yeah,
no.
Come now, try a sample.
Yeah, it's made by Garage Beer up in Ohio.
Yeah.
It's a Boom Boss house beer. And yeah,
It's good.
no, I mean, listen. Again, nothing against Garage Beer, nothing against Miller Lite, Mick Ultra, whatever. You know how I roll. I like some different stuff. So yeah, it's on you.
100%.
If Miller Lite wins,
Pushing home style, dude. My bracket has to win. I think I only got like two of them wrong, but not a perfect bracket.
Not a perfect one, but I mean, you did pretty well. But yeah, if you drop the ball here, then
Cool. Well, I think we're good. Little outro sign-off action going on.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Cue the outro music.
I don't think that should be the music. Just throw that out there. I think it should be something different.
Vic and Braydan.
I actually really like it. Hey, you know what? Your homework for this next week is to come
Make
up with
an
the
outro.
jingle. Yeah, it's like
I showed everyone my beats I made.
No,
It was terrible.
I bet.
It was
I bet.
bad. We're gonna go ahead and sign off. Duty calls.
Duty calls.
Yeah. Well, it's been Braydan,
Vic.
and we're have a boom buzz rest of your week. Be safe, East Nashville.
Be safe, East Nashville.